Mind games. Do you play them? Do you receive them? Let's talk all about them when I get back. Alright friends, are you new here? If so, welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, please click subscribe below. If you click the little bell icon, you will get notifications when I create and upload new videos. So if you want to be alerted when that happens, please click the bell button. So today, we are going to talk about mind games. So these are things many of us do unintentionally, but can really create disaster in our relationships if we are not recognizing them and if we're not doing something about them. And also if it's being done to us, it's really hurtful, like super hurtful, and can really mess with our relationships. So I want to talk about what mind games are, how to recognize that we're doing them, and what to do about them, how to fix it. Okay, so mind games. When I say mind games, it sounds super intentional and like vicious and like deceiving, but mind games aren't always like that. Sometimes we play mind games on people knowing that's what we're doing. Many times though, we don't actually know that's what we're doing, and so we need to start really gaining some insight into ourselves. So what I mean when I say mind games are a way of getting what we want without having to say what we want.
Oh.
Okay? So for example, there's a girl down the street that I want to date. And so I look at her a certain way or say something a certain way, right? And I'm just like expecting her to get the hint that I want to date her. That's kind of a mind game. Like, I'm not saying it, but I'm giving you like these subtle hints that you're supposed to catch on to, but maybe you're not catching on to. That's a mind game. Mind games are dating somebody and expecting them to know what you want and then being upset because they don't do it. So I'm dating somebody and I expect him to propose to me in a certain way, but he's not doing it. And then he proposed and I'm mad because it wasn't the way I wanted. Or I'm dating somebody and I want them to ask me to go out with them more often, but they're not, so now I'm punishing them for not asking me often enough. Right? So do you kind of get it? It's like where our expectation is here, but we're not saying it. And when somebody doesn't meet it, we punish them for not meeting that expectation. That's a mind game. And there might be other words for it. Seriously, if you know another word for that, like post it below. I really, really, really want to drive home that mind games aren't always intentional or purposeful. It's like a lack of us recognizing that that's what it is and why it's unhealthy. So I don't want this to sound like this manipulative mind game type episode. That's like totally not at all what I'm trying to do. Because I think most of the time when we do play mind games, insert any other word you can think of for this, that it's actually not intentional and we're doing the best we can, we just don't know how to change it. So those are mind games. How to recognize that we're doing it. We have to start being really, really insightful and purposeful about thinking about our relationships. So when I say to you, what out of your relationship are you not getting that you want? That should help drive you to the spot of recognizing where mind games might occur. So if your thought is one of the previous ones I gave you of my boyfriend's not asking me to hang out enough, maybe that's something weighing really, really heavily on you and you want that to change. If that's where your mind goes, start thinking about, have I been intentional about telling him this is what I want? Have I been intentional about telling him, hey, you know what? Thanks for hanging out with me Thursday this week. I really, really, really love you and I enjoy our company together. Would you be cool with hanging out more often than that? Because I'm really feeling like hanging out more often than that. Right? Easy as that. We don't have to play a mind game. We don't have to like send text messages that are like passive aggressive or outside of actually asking to try and get that. Just ask it. Like, you will feel so much more free if you just ask it. Just ask it. If you are like, hey, my boyfriend's not putting in enough effort to asking me out on a date, then tell him. Say it to him. Hey, dude, like, I really want you to like send me a sweet little love note and that would swoon me off my feet and I would seriously like googly goggly over that. Cool? you have, maybe this isn't even like relationship as in intimate relationships. Maybe you have a friend that you feel like has been flaking out on you a lot. So instead of sending like the passive aggressive, like, so are we actually cool this time to hang out? Or, no, dude, like, hey, bud, my feelings were so hurt when you canceled last time, and I was totally bummed. I'm really looking forward to hanging out with you this week. Do we still have plans? Okay, no mind games. No mind games. Another area that we can play mind games, and I've talked about this before in another episode I did, and I honestly can't remember what episode it was. I think it was the one about feeling lonely. I believe that's the one it was, but I could be wrong. I will pin that one in this in this video or whatever, and so you can click on it. I think that was the one. But one way we can play mind games is by pulling back our words I love you. So if you and your significant other, or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever that looks like is in a fight, then we stop saying I love you. But like, love is not supposed to be conditional based upon if I like you or not today, right? Like, that is a mind game. So that is telling your significant other, I only love you when you do things that I like. Not true. That's not true for our children. That's not true for our loves of our life. That's not true for our family members. We cannot be pulling back the I love you just because we're in a fight. We can't do that. It's not true. You still love them, right? And if you're married, like, through thick and thin, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. So, like, if somebody makes a bad decision, or I view it as a bad decision, I still love you. I'm going to love you through that decision. That's like unconditional love, right? And so I get that it can be hard sometimes, like you and your boyfriend or girlfriend just got in a fight, or you and your husband or wife just got in a fight, to say I love you as you're walking away from that, or to send a text of I love you as you're leaving that. But you do still love that person. You might not like their choice or what they just said or whatever that looks like, but don't play that mind game of my love comes to you when you do what I want you to do or what I like out of you, right? So those are just like a couple ways to check ourselves and make sure that we are not playing mind games. So recognizing what a mind game is, expecting somebody to do something without telling them, recognizing in you what those mind games might look like, and seriously go to like your source of most contention in your relationships, and you might find a mind game that you've been playing on somebody. And then how to counter it. So I gave some exact examples of things we could say to counter that, and really it's all about, instead of skirting around an issue, it's about being honest and being like straight up, this is what I'm looking for from you, and being kind and loving about it, so we're not ruining our relationships with this. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope it was helpful and beneficial, and drop some comments below if there's videos that I haven't done that you would like to see. Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.